Hello and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 3 and Black Ice version 11.3.2 in the Soviet Union campaign. And as you can see, our general push is coming along very nicely. We are now at the northern approaches of the Pripyat marshes, and we have held our line in place along this river line. There is a rather substantial German counterattack occurring here, including by the light Deutsche Afrika Corps, which is kind of interesting. But we are attempting to surround Minsk and return it to its rightful owner. Again, we are suffering some losses. And what I might do is I might divert some forces to go and lend a hand on that score. But we do have an event. So we have Operation Kuznetsov, which is going to give us more fuel, which, God, we need. Like, fuel is fucked at the moment. We're getting help from puppets with odd amounts, but yeah, we're a bit fucked. So fuel, territorial pride, land organization, reinforcement bonus, casualty trickleback, and hard and soft attack. And yeah, I think we're ready to go on that score. So, oh, Steiner. I'm sure his counterattack will help. And there we go, very good. So, to carry on supporting this, let's move into the woods. Something you always want to hear. And we're immediately going to lead a counterattack or a further push. Von Blauskowitz. Ah. Interesting. Now, I would hope we would be able to ford this river. And in fact, I think I can see an immediate opportunity to lend an attack here. So let's go. Now we are aiming to try and encircle anything in the Estonian areas. And so far the AI isn't reacting to move units south, which is good. I'm assuming it's because they've got problems kind of all across the front, and they're not quite sure what to do with all of said problems. So, yeah, that makes a little bit of sense. Let's move you up, and we're going to move the mountain units. And anyone who's a little bit battered is going to go that way. All of you, so tanks and the like, are going to go that way. Okay, so we've lost a battle. Ah, yes. The terrifyingly, awkwardly, badly going Japanese front. Mongolia capitulated, which isn't good. But we're going to start, hopefully, we're going to start seeing Afghanistan moving some units over. We're hoping that we can just delay them long enough for us to kind of get more units out to carry on trying to hold them. And in the meantime, push into Germany proper, because we are not that far away now. Well done, Zimoshenko. I can see you making good progress. Now, they're throwing scratch units together to try and hold us in place. I don't think that's going to serve them particularly well. And the general aim will be, can we, with our scratch units, push at some point soon? I can put a little bit more into officers. That's fine with me. Yeah, Braustitch. There's some difficult battles kind of going on around here. I can see another plains region, and I kind of want to move some units up, because can we attempt to push here just to get that plains one? We want to keep them in the marshes. And then can we take all of you and surround Kiev? Does look like we can achieve that aim, so that's good. And I can see a victory going on kind of elsewhere, which is good. Now, we are closing in on our kind of finalized river line position, which is good. there was no Operation Citadel in this world. We're going to move like that. We're going to leave behind you. And then what we're hoping to do is to use these units to kind of act as a support function. Because we want to take Riga. Now, can you, my fine friends, I doubt you're going to be able to ford over there, but... Can you... beat these ones? And I would say probably yes, but there's a few tough nuts to crack in that group of units. So, need to be a little bit careful. All good. Get Meretstov to get involved in that one. Ah, well. That I don't like. It's a real... We can probably defend that because we've got kind of immediate reinforcements with which to chuck in. But I'm now going to hold off on that battle even though it was favouring us. Because kind of, you know, we need to keep the momentum going. And let's get all of you in. Can't be losing any of our combat bonuses. Let's make sure that that doesn't start to happen. You can see we've spread out forces pretty evenly. Though some of our units have got a little bit away from kind of where they were meant to be in the first place. Now, what do we want to do with this? Still being attacked? No, that's good. So, all of these tank units that we're going to push up with need to just keep on going, and yeah, there we go, that's good. Take some of these and we're going to lend a hand kind of down there. Not all of them, mind you. Let's actually take some of them there. And then Chukov with his groups. But you two tank units go and hit those fuckers there. Okay, and that spring mud clearing is very helpful. And yeah, we're immediately being able to attack. Got our horses back, which is really good because we get the agricultural improvements. And it kind of feels like they still haven't worked out what we're doing here. Which... hey look, the longer that we keep them in the dark, the better. Still recruiting officers at a real rate of knots. And Chukov's still continuing his attack. managed to reassess and rehold the line. Let's try and counterattack now. Yeah, and that looks to be doing a good job. Rebolko is finally winning over there. There was a foreign AV brigade, but I mean, yeah, Mr. Hands-On isn't going to, I think, achieve much with that. Okay. Now, the question is I think the better part of an entire army will be captured with the fall of this. Timoshenko has become one of our truly greatest commanders. He's led multiple victories. Would we say we're moving quickly? Bearing in mind it's forest, I would say we probably are. Can you move? You can. Right. Go take Zigalda for me. That would be my request, because we don't need to take Riga. We can surround Riga on two sides, and then we can consider what we want to do with it elsewhere. You know, Riga is a secondary objective. And sure, Chile, we will trade with you. So radar at 45, combined arms at 45. Some damn good tech. Right, please finish that one there. We just want Timoshenko really to get the victory. We are starting to overrun our supply lines now. 3rd of March. Okay. How about you guys? April 2nd. Okay. Lost the effects of attrition fight, which is a bit of a pain, but that's not the end of the world. We will make it work. Okay, you're now up to the 2nd. That's not bad. What I might do is sacrifice a unit just to pin them. I don't care if they get knocked back. They are just there just to pin them for a little bit. How about you? You pinned? Look, every hour that you keep them fighting, that helps us a little bit more. Right, who's slow? It's that tank unit. We'll leave you behind, and we're going to get you into there. You move fairly quick. Well done. More bloody political agitators. Okay. And we're going to take half of you that way. Now we're going to take the other half in there, or another load, sorry. And then And we're going to take some of you in there. And then you. Let the Grand Conscript smash attack. Right, 8 o'clock. No, don't. Come on, you got this. Boom. They're cool. So, now. That's a lot of divisions that we've managed to capture there. And we definitely need to be a little bit careful about how we handle this. But I think, in principle, we're in a pretty good spot to carry on this movement. As long as we're a little bit careful. Who else? You're moving over there. Let's get you in. No, that's okay. We'll take that. And Rendulik's back. He was a thorn in our side for a little while back. But Renov is going for it elsewhere. Expand our heavy industry. Okay, and Mr. Koch Epak. Well, Mr. Chukov, or Chuikov, should be doing very well. I've got a victory over there, which is good. And I believe we are pinning now a lot of Germans. Although, I wish we could hurry up and win this battle. Like, seriously. Okay, I'm gonna take Fedorenko and his units, and I'm going to move them like so. Now, if I can get a double encirclement going, that would be really quite beautiful. And, yeah, we'll take that. So, just looking at it, the good news, to me at least, is we've pretty much broken their back, and we can now get ourselves, I think, over this river. Yeah, probably can, although with difficulty. Well, Raz and I did not go our way, but that's okay. What we're going to do, we've got some more units and things ready to go. Let's hit this forest position here. We don't want to go into the marshes. Just want to make sure that we're using our units effectively. And neatly protecting our flanks. think I'm seeing some more units freed up. So we've caught the Panzer Viking division, the 6th Panzer division, and a few others as well. And they've given over all unit coordination now to the Germans, realizing what an absolute nightmare they found themselves in. The loss of Army Group North is going to be, I think, not quite a final blow, but it's going to be very difficult for them to recover from it. Let's put it that way. Alright, let's take our infantry. We're going to rely on our infantry to be our backbone for the last kind of push. No, I don't think we need to do that. Let's hold off there. Let's just take what's left of our units that we want to, and we'll also take Rybalko because he's a good commander. And let's just try and retake Minsk. So we've lost this battle here. How could we have lost this? We were in such good positions. Well, you know what? Let's do that. And then, okay, you've lost as well. Jeez Louise. We're running out of steam a little bit over here. So we've kind of taken you back, but don't want the marsh. Let's take... see if we can't push that way a little bit. Yeah, okay, that's a general effective battle there. And huge amounts of artillery looking like they're going to win the day. Now, I don't want to be too greedy, but it would be very nice if we could kind of cut the neck of this position here. And I think I saw, yep, gaseous diffusion methods. Good. And I can see that fuel-wise we're struggling again. So we're going to need to call kind of a general halt on all of this in a minute. We are moving things maybe a little bit too quickly. But okay. Now, ideally, you want to try and maintain a front somewhat close to kind of where we're at, kind of enemy-wise. It looks like we are surrounding Kiev, so some of our major kind of requirements around divisions and things look like they will match up with reality. It would be lovely if these units would break. One. Okay, this isn't a complete fall down of the German command, but it's sizable losses. Especially when we free up all of these units that we're about to free up. Because we'll be taking a load into captivity, but also be handling a lot of problems elsewhere. Spring Mud's clearing. Germans in a lot of trouble. Now we're going to postpone both of those for 6 months. And I don't need to see the Soviet defense stiffening because apparently we're already stiff enough. I will let you all make your own jokes off the back of that. Done, everyone. This is what I like. And yeah, we're still struggling for fuel, but it's not the end of the world. And how's the Far East looking? So yeah, that bit's not too bad. Broadly they're on our front now. And our units are kind of holding them in place. I wish I could stop playing whack-a-mole, to be honest with you, with these rebellions. I'm a bit bored of them. Okay. So they did have some units that were retreating into here. We did catch a heavy panzer unit, which, hey, I'm never against. That's a good catch of the day. Move you guys along. And looks like we're about to get ourselves another couple of garrison units. And I think I'm about to see another garrison unit get caught. Now, I would, I think, like to send the vast majority of our kind of main fighting units over here to help cover, because we're looking a little bit light in this sector, but that's because we're going for a little tiny baby encirclement. Now, how are these looking against a German tank unit? So the Italian units are immediately broken. The what looks like versatile Schnell unit isn't going to do well, but hey, the 12th Panzer Division's an effective fighting force. They're getting together some units for a counterattack. Issue being that, well, that's all well and good, but they don't exactly have much else. I'm going to move you like that. You're going to go there. You're already attacking there. You're being counterattacked. Good luck. Okay, and we're going to take the conscript tide and move them that way, and we're going to take the slightly more regular units. And we're going to do this with them. Good. And this is kind of our attempt to try and get over these areas. Okay, and I can see a tank division. So Rebelco's going to go there. He's going to go here. Well, actually, Rebelco, you're going to go that way. You're going to go there. And you're going to go there. And then we're going to use you as well to lend a hand. Oh, it's Chukov with his heavy armor. KV-85. Fuck. KV-85. That's going to be one hell of a weapon. No wonder you never break. Absolute machine. Right, pop off. Let's get you popping off in this direction. Okay, let's watch them kick the bucket. Okay, I can see some sort of a general fallback going on. Okay, and then in May we're going to get some more units out, which is good. And then these fine gentlemen are going to attempt to break the blockade here. Okay, so with the capture of Minsk, we're only a little bit away from Germany's original starting positions. Which is quite something. Okay, and they've let the flanks far too easily go. Now, can you take Riga? I'm going to assume that you can. And then we're going to... Aha! Good. So, not capturing many, but we're getting a couple more divisions in that part of the world. Fastung 13 just fell, which is good. And I'm about to see another garrison unit get caught. Wonder what we've caught here. Just garrisons. But Zhukov gets the honor of retaking Kiev. So hey, that's something. Let's move all of you in there, and then, as I say, the aim will be to try and retake that. And then what we'll want to do is we'll want to try and... So there's marsh here. Plains. Oh, so we want to kind of move in this kind of direction. Is that plains? Yeah, so we kind of want to move in such a way that... I want to get into a position where we can kind of do this in the near future. Gotta say, they're being surprisingly robust. I kind of was expecting them to have kicked the bucket by now, but... No, I would say that the Germans are fighting a little bit more fiercely than I thought they would. I thought a couple of relatively strong offensives like this might break them, but... The Soviet campaign is definitely more difficult than it was the last time I did it. Elastic defense. Yeah, I would say it's definitely more difficult than the times I've done it in the past. And we are losing a lot of manpower. It's worth mentioning that. I mean, the Germans are losing more, but... I'm going to move you over there. Start moving these guys in this direction. Start moving you that way. And let's start moving any tanks away to go deal with this over here. No point getting tanks to go kind of to an area of the front where they're not required. because our basic unit should be able to clean this up. Okay, and there comes back Riga. So once we take back Wilno, Riga, and Kiev, that'll help us a lot. Zhukov's one hell of a commander. A lot of level 8 commanders. Okay. The vast majority of them are going to go that way. This garrison unit here looks like it wants to be our friend. There we go. It's already kicked out. And the aim will be... oh, yeah, it's 12 Panzer still. Is that under the command of... Nope, Halder commands the 7th Infantry. Zhukov's getting a little bit of a battering there. Let's just make sure that we finish this one up. Everyone apart from the tanks is moving where we want them to. Okay. Now, I think we got a lot of units captured kind of in that initial breakout, to be honest with you. I think we might have overrun some, to be completely frank. In fact... yeah, so in land losses, yeah, we can see in the last year we've lost a fair amount, but the amount of manpower and things that they've lost just recently is pretty intense. And yeah, the entire conflict, our losses, their losses. So we had a, you know, they were definitely beating us in the kind of tonnage war, but we've turned that around pretty substantially recently. And we can see the last offensive kind of tail off, where we took out a lot of their manpower and their men, and then we can see kind of where we've gone to absolute town here. Right, let's get some units in. Don't want Bodoni to go that way. We kind of want him to go over here. We want to reinforce over there. Let's try a little bit of support. Okay, yeah, so 12 Panzer caused some problems, but it's now stuck. Which won't be good for it. Especially not when we're about to encircle some more units. Although, the Italians are here. They're going to keep the bridgehead open. Hey, an Alpini unit. That's not a complete pushover. Boom, 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 boom. See, kind of just looking at this, that's another overrun. And the Totenkopf is trapped in there. Now, as I say, the next offensive I'm thinking of is something along here to kind of dislodge this bump and clean out the vast majority of the units they have left. I mean, the other alternative would be to just break through here, but I don't know how effective that'll be. Going to move up these units, and then we're going to attempt, I think, to take back Kausnas. It's one of the last major capitals in the north that we need to think about taking back. There's plains and hills around it, which makes the terrain a little bit difficult, but it'll also allow us to kind of establish our foothold on, well, we'll be very close to German territory at that point. And I can see a huge amount of units in the background. And they're not attempting a counterattack. And there's Kiev. So with the return of Kiev, what do they own that is ours? So Odessa, Lvov, Grodno, and Kausnas. And we're already kind of considering an attack towards Kausnas. It's, you know, oh, and Tallinn. But yeah, we're going to be taking back Tallinn. Kiev H. Shetmenko. Wolski's trying to desperately ford the river. He's finding it difficult to do so. Oh, Mother River. Back in sight of. Yeah, so these are going to be very difficult provinces to take. I think the best thing we can do is try and move on up our units. And let's try and break in towards Tallinn. Taken back Courland, which is good. And Fedorenko, level 8, leading very good commanders in general. And what have we got here? We've got the 7th. Do look like they might have gotten out that infantry unit. That Panzer division might have made it out. Nope, it didn't make it out. It's here. Good. Let's hold off. We don't need to go kind of barreling into that. We can just make sure that we hold our ground. And the Rukin. That's one hell of a unit. That's why they won't be able to break through there. Okay, they're not standing and fighting. Like, every time they have an opportunity to, they're immediately retreating. And it's only in limited spots, like where Elka is here. Or Ika. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Small Dicker, that's what we all call him. So, rebellions all around the place. So that one's been dealt with. Generally, got some units together to help kind of deal with all of this nonsense. Do have some cav units nearby, but shouldn't be too much of a problem. And yeah, this plan didn't quite go according to plan, and to be honest with you, I'm glad it didn't, because it led to something a lot better. You're attacking there, but you're also getting counter-attacked. It does look like our units are going to eventually crash their way through. They are slowly but surely winning. It's been one hell of a battle there, though. And we're going to take Rappa soon. Yeah, we are. Rappa tap tapper. Okay, let's take all of the militia. Move them up. Okay, the Germans have got a little bit of naval support here. Guess the plan will be to move as many units in to attack this city as humanly possible to destroy everyone in there, I would assume. Okay, and then we want these guys to get in as well because they can start putting some pressure in the rear areas. Okay, and I can see an attack that's going to go through here. So, we've got the 12th Panzer Division that we've managed to get, which is good. It's only got an organisation of 1.6. It's held together surprisingly well though. 65% effectiveness is not bad. Right, let's attempt to counter-attack here. I want that river position. Ah, good. So we've got a nice little medium front here. But we're running the hell out of fuel. And we're going to need to call a bit of a rest soon. On pretty much all of our units, but they will be in relatively healthy shape. So I can see 10 units there. That's probably more than that. Right, then cook the shell. Take you all that way. Let's take back every air force, every location that we can. And the Spanish volunteers that were pretty much responsible for helping to hold this location completely down need to hold their heads up in honor for all of this. I think we're about to take the port. And we've won the battle at Narva. That's really good because that means we can apply pressure now from two fronts. So how many units do you think we've got? 1, 2. So we know 5 there. There's 6, 7, 8, 4, 12, 15, another 10. Right, that's That's a sizable haul. Oh, and I think I've just seen another sizable haul. Good. But yeah, we're having now major supply and fuel problems pretty much across the entire front. And energy problems. So that's just great. I've made the most unequal economy possible. I have truly role-played the Soviet system. Well done. Gold star to me. Doesn't quite seem like they know where to go. And Mario Priority. Mr. Zingles. Okay, they're attempting to fall back. I think I see... Ah. Oh, he's putting up yet another fight. Okay. Now the last thing, as I say, that we could try and do is we could consider an attack kind of southwards. I mean, actually, an attack kind of on a much broader scale. So a spearhead coming from here and a spearhead coming from here. And then trying to take out pretty much the entire army in here would... That would be pretty interesting, but I'm going to need to stockpile a lot of fuel if I wanted to do that. And damn bomb. Yeah, let's do it. We've got a lot of techs and things that we've had finish up. Yeah, we are winning that one. Don't want to give them any chance to kind of reinforce. We want an immediate victory. And, oh, yeah. We're taking back over there. Any units got any fight left in them? Oh, a couple of tank units do, but not for long. At least 10 units in there, but a lot of them are retreating. Yeah, the more I think about it, the more outflanking kind of all of the really bad terrain over here, and doing some sort of weird, massive encirclement push kind of towards Warsaw. And then from over here, and then meeting in the middle, kind of seems like it would be bizarrely effective. Right, all of you in. Come on, Gorov. It's your last of your jobs. Armor designs, Dambuster bomb. There's no like 43 techs that I need to get really. Like, need to reassess the tech kind of come the end of the offensive, and then we can properly see where things are at. Okay, that's a lot of tanks. I don't suppose. Stalin, we moved you forwards. I didn't mean to do that. Yaramenko's still at that level 8. 6 units in reserve. A lot of units not doing too good. Organization shot. Arakvir. And who would have thought it would be an Italian light armor division that would be the final unit to be holding down things. Very stoic. I'd give you a round of applause, but you're Italian. And I really want Sweden to still join us, to be honest with you. Okay, so... Right. So 12 units, 14. And we definitely got more than that. Oh, another one, good. And the nearing group. Okay, so that's a pretty well executed advance, I would say. Now, they are still on the outskirts of Homer. So, technically, at their greatest advance point, they are only 500 kilometers from Moscow. But equally, where are we in relation to Berlin? So we're about... We've got this weird frontline thing where, effectively, we're as close to Moscow as they are to Berlin. In fact, probably to Moscow. Yes, about 500 there. And from here, about 500 from there as well. So, yeah, we're both kind of as far away from each other's capital as possible. Or as close. Oh, that's so annoying up there. Why? Why the fuck? I had, like, units set up to deal with this shit. Fucking go handle it. Really hate stupid things like that. The rebellion thing has been very irritating. Right, we're going to move one unit over. In fact, who's quick? Yeah, you'll do the job. So with the loss of kind of all of their northern forces, it'll be interesting to see what kind of troop concentrations they have left. Looking at the front, honestly, really doesn't look like there are that many German troops left. Like, there's a concentration down here, and there's another one here. So there's definitely some units in this part of the world, kind of supporting Romania, but when I look across kind of this area, not seeing many. More here and here, but yeah, they're right for the taking, I think, now. So I think I'm going to call it an episode here, everyone. Thank you very much for watching. Look forward to seeing you in the next episode of Hearts of Iron 3 and the Black Ice campaign. Thanks again. Bye bye.